I think that the Kim Gordon new album, do I think it is exceptional by any means? No. Do I think it's good? I think so. I think that. Do I think that she's a little heavy handed? Sure. Do I think we need to be like shitting on her on the timeline? She's like 400, you guys. Like, would you do this to your grandmother? Like, I don't know. That's also maybe ageist of me, but like, whatever. I thought, I think the best part about Kim Gordon's solo work is her lack of fear when it comes to dating music. She will very like liberally describe things that are iPhone centric or tech centric. I mean, she literally has a song on this album called Dirty Tech, which is amazing. It was one of the singles, and it's one of the strongest songs off of the album. But I guess I'm at a crossroads because I don't know whether I think it's a bad album. I think everyone's critique of it is that it's very heavy-handed with its like political implications and like whatever, and they're like, well, she sounds like lived the fuck out, and also like she like they're lazy political implications. But it's also like, really, what new political implication can one make in art when especially politics and culture has become like monocultured, so homogenized? Like, really, what new sentiment can you have? So I'm not going to hold her to that. I think that's a ridiculous standard to hold anybody to. But um, one of my favorite things about her solo work was her like lack of fear when it came to like dating the music, talking about things like iPhones or like Silicon Valley and like whatever. I think many people are afraid to do that in the contemporary, which I don't blame you, you know what I mean? But I also think, not to be annoying, hauntology, no matter how you cut it, it's gonna be cooler to take 2015, it was cooler to take a photo on a fucking film camera than it was to take it on your iPhone. Now it's cooler to take it on like a digicam than it is to take it on your iPhone. You know what I mean? There's this obsession with the past, and when I think of like 60s like mass culture, like what makes the 60s and like bodies of work from that decade so uh distinctive is the semiotics. Oh, she's obsessed with that word right now. Girl, it's a great word, and I forgot what it meant. My bad. But I think what makes like 60s art so iconic is the iconography of it, the semiotics of it, the referral to specific places, milieus, if you will. Um, and no one does that in the contemporary because there's this idea that the past is infinitely cooler than now, and it's like, I don't know, that can only get you so far. And it's also like why doesn't anybody talk about an iPhone in like a contemporary song? They're so critical to like culture. Why doesn't anybody talk about Ubers or like Kim? I think on No Home Record, she maybe in the song Airbnb she says Postmates, which like I think that album was released in like 2019, so like pretty like forward of her, to be honest. But I don't know. I think that's my favorite aspect of her solo music is the lack of fear when it comes to being in the present moment. And I also like, obviously, like she has spent a good majority of her life being like a noise rock artist or an art rock artist, whether that's through like, sorry, I need to eat my popsicle. I don't like love when it gets to the lemon part. I like the red part and then the blue part. I don't feel very good. But back to it. I think Kim has spent a good majority of her life being a noise rock artist or an art rock artist. And I think it's really interesting because Sonic Youth, obviously, like the noise rock aspect of it, there's this very like tangible noise per se, like fucking with the amps, putting screwdrivers in guitars, whatever. You know, everyone knows those stories. But it's like a very like tangible noise, and something about the noise on her last two records, it feels like it's very like intangible, kind of like tech noise. I don't know anything about music, so I don't know how they're making that or whatever, but it feels intangible, which is interesting and obviously relevant now. But like it makes complete sense it would go that way. But I don't think she gets like enough credit for that. I also don't think she gets enough credit for like what does it even mean to be a noise artist in 2026? Jesus. Um, I think that's really impressive. A lot of people are shitting on her for the album right now. I think Pitchfork ultimately rated it a 7.5, which is not bad. But like they had some like bullshit to say about it. It had like some dumb ass like title that was just like buzzword after buzzword and critiquing her for kind of like putting these buzzwords in the lyrics of the album. Like she did a remix of Bye Bye, which was on the last record, but it's titled Bye Bye 25 or something, I think. And I believe it's a list of just like Trump centric words that like buzzwords that he'll use and stuff. And like, well, I see how someone might see that as like really cheap and like lived out. Like it's like, I don't know. Like I think it will age well. I ultimately do think it will age well. I think it's also like so incredibly cool to be like a 70 something year old woman making like a trap album. Okay, cool, I'm down. Um, I thought it was great. I really like No Home Record by her. That's probably my favorite solo record by her, and I appreciate it. I like it a lot. It definitely my favorite. I think I saw that one live also at Zebulon. Like, why was Kim Gordon playing Zebulon? Who booked that? Where's the vape? Antenna. I just finished this really good book. No one fucking cares about when I talk about reading though. No one cares. No one knows what I'm on about, not even me. So like whatever. Everyone is like fascinated with like my dumb ass, worthless ass body right now, which like, oh my god, I don't care at all. I actually do really care. Frankly, I'm feeling really insecure because I have a photo shoot on Tuesday, and then I think I have one on Friday or Saturday outside of work, which I just like. Oh my god, your life is so hard. You have to model. Yeah, it is hard. Yeah, my life sucks. I don't want to get sick. I'm going to the Gene Kissick lecture tomorrow, which I'm very excited about, and I would like to thank everyone who made that happen for me because I was being a real big brat about it, and it probably shouldn't have worked out in my favor, but it did, so I appreciate that. That's the most important thing to me, that I go to this lecture tomorrow. It's on the end of an image, which I think is going to be fascinating. I have been reading a lot about war photography earlier in the year, and then I was reading a lot about Baudrillard on photography, and then this other lady, I can't remember her name, but I started reading her recently. I think it's called Indexicality. Can't really talk about that much because I haven't read too much on it, so whatever I say would just be like probably wrong, but like I found it really interesting, and I'm writing or transcribing an interview right now that's really focused on photography, so I'm really excited to go to this lecture. But at the same time, I'm probably going to feel absolutely terrible there. And then I have work on Monday, and then I'm going into the office early on Tuesday, so I can leave early to go to a shoot outside of work. And then I have work until Friday. This is the first weekend I've been home since the beginning of the year, I think. Whatever. That's probably fine, right? Like, that's probably fine. Like, you have a dope haircut, you're 25, like, you're supposed to go outside, right? I should go to bed.